Hi, my name is Nicholas Lindner. This is my video on my open source project contribution. Um, so I worked on the Hugging Face open source project. Hugging Face is an open source company and community that provides tools and resources mainly for natural language processing. It aims to democratize state-of-the-art machine learning tech and make it available to the broader developer community, such as educators, students, researchers, small businesses, even big companies. It's really for everyone. And the reason why it's so beneficial to humans and to our development in AI is because it provides tons of tools to everyone that would be otherwise would be really hard to come by. So it's a really cool project. So I worked on the datatrove repository because here I found this division by zero error that I wanted to get fixed. So I looked in the file here. This is what was highlighted. This was the error line. I immediately could tell that it's because this was ending up as zero and division by zero is not possible. So asked if I get assigned to me. They said sure. So I went to the data trove, installed everything that I needs to do, cloned it, pip installed it. uh, as you can see up here, clone, pip install. So did all that stuff to get it on my computer. So then I opened the file, unigrams log props.py. So this is what I changed. So I basically added an if statement that checks if the length of this dictionary freaks is zero. If it is, it returns zero. This basically just prevents this from potentially being zero, this denominator, which is what caused the error. So tried creating a pull request, almost got it working, but it wasn't quite working. So after a long, long time of trying to figure it out on my own, I asked this question. He answered right away. Turns out I just needed to create a fork, which I did not do for some reason. Pretty obvious in hindsight, but yeah. So once I got that working, I created a pull request, but then it wasn't confirmed because there was something else that needed to be fixed. So they told me what else needed to be fixed. Uh, Basically, where is it here? This line was a little bit wrong as well. Uh, this parameter wasn't there before. And there was some other stuff here that was unnecessary now that this change was made. So I added the parameter zero, but actually that was wrong. So they told me that it was not correct. The rest of the change I made was correct, but this zero here that I had before was wrong. So they changed it themselves to 1e to the negative 9. Uh, that fixed everything. So they the pull request was successfully merged and closed after that, meaning that the bug was completely fixed, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, definitely really pleased with the result that it got solved. I really enjoyed working on it. The guy who I was working with was really nice. So that pretty much was lived up to my expectations. What didn't live up to expectations was the time it took to not the actual coding itself, but like the rest of the stuff. So trying to figure out why my pull request wasn't working. A note for the future that I would definitely change is that I would definitely ask more questions earlier on. Like I could have saved like 3 hours of work just by asking this earlier because he responded right away. So that was basically something that definitely I could have asked earlier and gotten that under control. So that was one roadblock that ended up getting resolved, but I will next time resolve it sooner. So now if you go here, it just shows the changed files with the additions and deletions committed by me and this guy. And then now this is like the updated file. It shows the changes that were made. Everything's looking good. So yeah, that's basically my open source project contribution. It was really enjoyable. Really learned how to work with others and contribute on GitHub. So yeah, really fun. Great project.